We're now in the Parshiyot that refer to the building of the Mishkan, the building of the tabernacle in the wilderness. And Parshat Tetzaveh begins with the instructions concerning the oil for lighting the Ner Tamid. The Ner Tamid, by the way, in the synagogue is the only element from the old Mishkan that remains as part of the architecture of the synagogue. And it begins like this: ואתה תצווה את בני ישראל ויקחו אליך שמן זית זך כתית למאור להעלות נר תמיד. You shall further instruct the Israelites to bring you clear oil of beaten olives for lighting, for kindling lamps, always, tamid. And then it goes on, and it says, "Be'oil moed michutz laparochet." Aaron is to kindle these lights every day, every evening, in the oil moed, in the tent of meeting, outside of the curtain that separated the section where the ark was. The Hasidic teachers read this pasuk or these psukim in a very beautiful way, non-literally. ואתה תצווה את בני ישראל, instruct the Israelites to bring you clear oil of beaten olives for lighting. For lighting what? The ner in Hasidic teachings often refers to the neshama, to lighting the neshama. Leha'alot, it says here, leha'alot ner. The translation doesn't capture the Hebrew, which says to elevate the lamps. And they understand this, to elevate the neshama, that it is a commandment for every person to light the neshama and to bring it up, to lift it up. And then they read, Be'oel Moed, in the tent of meeting, in the places where you meet, in the familiar places, at home, in the synagogue, in school, in the Beit Midrash. And then they put a comma, michutz laparochet, and also outside of the curtain, on all those places that are public, open places, in all those places, the private and the public, the small, the big, in all those places, we are to light the neshama and to lift it up. It's a commandment, according to the Hasidic teachers, to nurture one's soul, not just to deal with our physical needs, but to tend to our spiritual needs, to light the neshama and to lift it, which is very difficult in the world in which we live. To remind ourselves, not just in public, not just in the synagogue. Of course, when we are here, we are uplifted by the prayers and the music and the sense of community and the study of Torah. But when we leave, and when we go from Sunday to Friday outside, at work, in the street, in the subway, reading the news and experiencing everything in the onslaught that we are experiencing in these very complicated days, very difficult to light the neshama and to lift it up, because everything now conspires to bring it down. Everything conspires not to light it, but to make it darker and to bring it down. And all the corruption and all the lies and all the hatred and all the power games that we are experiencing now, and the violence, not just physical violence, but the violence in actions and in words, make it very difficult for us to light our neshama and to lift it up. Here and in Israel and around the world, these are very difficult times. And so it is particularly I think, important that we remember a commandment to take care and to nurture our spiritual lives. It's a lot of work because most of us have other things to do. We're busy people. And we don't know where to begin to light the neshama and to lift it up. It's very hard work, particularly, as I said, in these times. I want to read you a section from Abraham Joshua Heschel's essay called Pikuach Neshama, to save a soul. To live as a Jew, he says, means to feel the soul in everything, in others, and in our own existence. And this soul requires spiritual elevation, la'alot ner tamid, to lift it up. Everything that has within it the spirit of life longs for repair. Like candle wicks waiting to be lit, so we wait for the action that has a slight bit of pure intention, a grain of refinement. The soul in us will not find satisfaction merely in physical fulfillment. In each of us flickers the longing for Shabbatness, for beauty, for serenity. Anyone who chains and represses these longings and allows the powers of the soul to disperse to no good end not only contaminates his or herself, but also contributes to the world's destruction. For the soul which degenerates is the mother of all sins and the source of all evil. And all the evil afflictions such as hate, haughtiness, and jealousy stem from the spirit of human beings. And people, what do? The major part of our energy we invest in fixing, tikkuning our clothing, improving the outer skin while ignoring the inner essence. The soul goes mad and degenerates while the world continues with business as usual, as if waiting for the destroyer to arrive and return it to a formless void, tohu vavohu. The purpose of Judaism is to destroy the instinct towards madness which lurks at the gate of the human soul, to cause something of the world of divine nobility to dwell in this world, and to prepare the soul to delight in some of the radiance of Eden while in this world. Leha'alot ner tamid, to uplift, to light and uplift the neshama, inside, outside, in private, in public. I invite us to do our utmost not to let the soul, each soul, our soul, decay and become dark.